Hey, Cady.
Hey, Nev.
How's your day going?
It's full on indigo day.
I know. I like the denim on denim look.
It's the blues, but the good kind of blues.
Yeah.
And even better when your drink matches your outfit.
Your drink? I mean, this drink does match. Well, it matches your blue more
Yeah.
than my blue.
Yeah.
But still, cheers.
Cheers. To the people not here.
Oh, okay. Cheers to that.
That's a thing. I don't know. I don't know why people do that, but they do it.
It's just to, like, honor people?
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
think they're like, I am shocked by how many people don't know about making eye contact when you cheers.
Oh, my God. So, Sarah... Well, I should say my friend. Edit. So, okay. So my friend, she is so superstitious about this stuff. And she's like, you didn't look me in the eyes. It means 7 years of bad sex. So she's always like, make sure you look me in the eye.
Oh, I'm one of those freaks. Like, I'll wait.
Okay, ready?
I'll be like, cheers.
Cheers. That's what she does. She does like this weird look. And I'm like, okay, cheers.
Well, I'm very superstitious, so I do think it's bad luck.
But like just bad luck or like 7 years of bad sex, bad luck?
7 years of bad sex. Like, I mean, I don't think that's possible, like that you're going to have bad sex just because of cheers. But I think I think it's rude. Like, I think it shows like I think it shows a bunch of things. If you don't look someone in the eyes when you cheers, I think it shows a sign of like insecurity. Like,
yeah, like you can't.
You're
even look them
talking
in
to
the eye.
someone and you're cheersing. Look at them.
Yeah.
And like, B, I think it's just bad manners. Like, did your parents ever tell you to like look at someone when like you cheers or speak to them?
Yeah. The only time I think is acceptable is like when you're in a big group and you don't really know where to look. But if you're doing
No,
like
I
individual,
look at everyone.
I know, I do too.
I do it.
If you do like the individual, like cheers, cheers,
I'm
cheers,
like, cheers, 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 and I'll call out. I'll be like, you, cheers.
I love it.
I love it. Like, you have to. You have to. You know what else is a pet peeve about cheersing?
What?
Everyone has this friend too. Like, this is a thing. They do the cheers and then they put it down. I'm like,
Oh, I haven't really come across that.
oh, I see this quite often.
No, because then what's the point of cheering?
I don't know.
Yeah, then just don't participate.
But I'm like, that's bad luck too. You don't cheers me and then put it down. You cheers, you do a sip.
yeah, like even if it's like a tiny sip.
Yeah, it's like, that's important.
Well, it's also just weird because then it's like, all right, then you're not really participating in our friendship almost.
Well, that's like where the origin of cheers actually came from. Like, back in the day when like people would like poison, like real back in the day, like
Okay,
they'd poison. There's like
history.
Yeah, it was like in like the king's days. That's how they knew that your drink wasn't poisoned. Like, someone would give you a drink and then you would cheers it, and the idea was that like some of your drink would spill into their drink and some of theirs would spill into yours, so you knew if they didn't cheers you that like there could be something wrong with your drink.
What? No way.
Yeah. I probably messed this story up, but
No,
like,
but that's
there's
so
something, there's some
yeah, there's like a reason.
truth to it.
Yeah.
People who love to Google could Google the real story.
Yeah. Well, nowadays you chat GPT. Google takes too much time now.
Yeah.
Do you think cheering with water, like a glass of water, is bad luck? You know, people do that.
Yes. But I make exceptions.
I will do like a fist bump if like my drink is not there yet and someone wants to cheer instead of like
That's interesting.
doing water.
Kids like to cheers. I mean, this probably doesn't
Well-
sound good that I teach the young children who are too young to drink to cheers, but
But I'm teaching my friend's 2-year-old son. I'm always like, cheers. Like, we'll cheer our food together.
yeah, like I think kids, you can cheers water and like non-alcoholic things.
Yes. No, I'm talking about like adults over 21, like just cheering.
I'll cheers my mom because my mom doesn't drink.
Okay, so let's
Why
take out
she
the
doesn't
people that
drink, I don't really
drink.
know.
So we're taking out the people that don't drink. We're taking out children.
If you don't drink and you're under 21,
yeah,
it's okay to cheers with
yes.
That's my general rule.
Yeah, but if you're like, I don't want to, I'm just not drinking today, so I'm just going to get
then
a
you
water.
don't get to cheers.
I agree. You can't be cheersing with water.
Yeah, then, sorry, you sit that out.
Exactly. You're not allowed.
Yeah. What about, like, the new, like, weed seltzes? Like, are those cheers?
I mean, it's a drink, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's...
I would cheer. Anything that's, like, liquid, you can cheers with.
But not water.
Okay, I meant to say anything that's,
anything that's gonna fuck you
anything
up.
Anything that's gonna give you, like, a nice little buzz, yeah. Anything that you're gonna, like, you're drinking to, like, you know, party and have a good time.
Is good to go.
Yeah, yeah. No juices.
Yeah. Like, out on a date, that was always my, like, sure tell sign. Like, if I, like, cheers to guy and there was, like, no eye contact, that's so weird.
That is weird. I agree.
That's really strange. Like, if you're, like, one-on-one and not looking at me, like...
Yeah.
Like, when you get the, like...
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Like the...
Like, you look at your drink instead of looking at the person.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
Like, you gotta do some sort of icon. Like, I understand, like, if you have, like, you know, a martini and you don't want to spill, like, you're looking at where you're cheersing, but then you have to look at the person as, like, the glasses are touching.
But also, like, I hate martini glasses. There are certain glasses that, like, we don't, like, it's not necessary. Martini glasses are not necessary.
I know. You spill everywhere. I do love the coupes, though. I think they're so cute. They're so elegant.
Yeah, those are cute.
But they also spill a lot, so I don't know how practical they are.
Also, like, champagne belongs in a wine glass.
I mean, that's way better because you get to drink a lot more.
Yeah, like, I'm not...
But I do like when it's, like, a nice, elegant, like, flute. It's just, like, it feels nice to hold it.
But for me, that's more like I'm playing house or, like, playing. I'm not, like...
I'm not, like, drinking.
Down to drink.
So, like, some of the old events that I used to go to when, like, you're not trying to get plastered, I feel like a champagne glass is perfect because it's, like, you're sipping, but you're not, like, there to get, like, drunk, so you can, like, you know, like, socialize, be normal a little bit longer instead of, like, when you go out to a bar with your friends and you're, like, let's just get, like, fucked up and do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, in a more, like, professional, like,
more
networking.
Civilized.
Like, more networking, professional kind of setting. You're like, I don't know what that is.
I'm a very fast drinker, and, like, I don't know. I don't really have boundaries.
Are you the kind of person, like, you know how, like, in the movies, they'll, like, down a drink, and then they'll, like, take another one that they just, like, hold, so it's, like, you at least have, like, one quick one?
No, I'm always down in drinks. I'm always...
I know, you're actually a pro, and the fact that, like, you don't really get a hangover is, like... impressive.
So it's interesting that you say that because the older I get, the more it's starting to creep up.
Oh my God, it's been creeping up for me for the last like 10 years.
I've been very lucky, but in my later life, the closer to the 40s, I think I've started to notice it's not even a hangover though.
It's not.
I wouldn't even like mind a hangover so much. It's more like anxiety.
Oh, that's what you get? I get like where I'm tired and I have like a sort of headache.
I get like anxiety. Like that's when I know I'm like, okay, time to take a day off.
So
calling out today from the cocktails. Like I'm feeling nervous.
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I was with my friend and we went out drinking, and the next day I threw up.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is still happening for me. Like, it was so, it wasn't embarrassing because I was like with one of my closest friends, so it was like fine. But I was just like, holy crap, I'm still here. And I did not like it.
Do you throw up there or in the morning?
In the morning, like the next morning, because I had like such a bad hangover. Like, it was fine at first, then, you know, like 2-3 hours after you wake up, like, that's when it hits me.
Yeah, it hits me later.
Yeah, and like we were in a car, and I think it was like the motion of the car, just like it was like the hangover,
that will do it too.
Yeah,
I was out with some girlfriends a week or two ago, and one of my girlfriends actually, like, I think she started to feel hungover like that evening.
Yeah.
From the night before. And she actually threw up at the restaurant.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she puked and rallied though. Like, we were like, good for you, girl. You got this.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So, like, it didn't hit her all day, it just hit her, like, later that night?
Yeah, I think she had, like, gone out for some drinks, like, before.
Oh, so this wasn't from the night before?
No, I think she'd had drinks the night before, and then she had some drinks, like, with friends before she met up with us, and then it was, like, all hitting her at once, and she's like, I don't feel good, and, like, she went to the bathroom, and she was like, oh, God.
But then she rallied.
Yeah, and then she rallied, and, like, we stayed out till, like, pretty late. I don't even want to say. It's funny, it's like you have certain friends that, like, you know, like, it's never going to be one drink. Like, we all have that friend that we're like, one drink.
No, never one
with
drink.
With a zero behind it.
I know. Like, I have a friend where I'm like, when I hang out with her, I have to, like, prepare.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to prepare. I, like, will drink something before that, like, you know, it's not supposed to give you a hangover if I remember. And then, like...
Is that friend me? You're like, so actually, this isn't a podcast.
Like, yeah, this is an intervention. I was like, Cady, we need to talk.
Every time I hang out with you, I have to take something before.
I have a few of your close friends in the other room, like, waiting. No, but it's because, like, her and I don't see each other so often. Like, she doesn't live in the city. So, like, so it's, like, so much pent-up energy.
So I think that's really wrong to blame the alcohol.
No, it's like what happens is
like you have a lot to talk about.
I know,
the alcohol is just like a
part.
side hustle. That's like that.
I would
that's
like
just
to think
what's
so.
Helping.
I mean, it
guide you through your night.
I mean, technically, we could hang out sober, but, like, neither of us want to. Like, we want to have a couple drinks. We want to go in the hot tub. We want to, like, hang out.
I want to do all this stuff, too. I'm there. I'm there for all of this. That sounds great. Like,
and it's, like, we have all this...
Drinks and hot tub, you have me.
Yeah, but, like, we have all this pent-up energy from, like, not seeing each other for, like, a few months. And then we, like, want to get it in. So it's, like, we'll stay up till, like, 4 a.m. just, like, hanging out.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and then the next day, you know, usually we don't have anything important to do.
This is a friend from home?
Yeah. We don't have anything important to do, but it's like we're trying to, like, you know, take advantage of the day and hang out, and it can be rough. It can be rough.
Yeah. That's the problem. That's where these anxieties come in, because it's like, what's the only way to make it better?
Yeah.
Start back where you left off.
I've tried that, and, like, it really depends on, like, how much I drank the night before. If I drank too much, I can't drink the next day.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, like, I'm, like, vacation mode. Like, I'm having a drink with breakfast.
Yeah. But, like, when we went away, like, we didn't really drink that much. Like, it wasn't like we went crazy.
No,
like, I could do that the next day. I'm talking about, like, when I'm, like, very hungover, I can't drink the next day.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, some people can, and, like, it works for them. Like, hair of the dog works for me.
Yeah, if I'm hungover, like, having a drink is the only thing that's going to get me out of that.
See, for me, it, like, makes me more nauseous, and, like, it doesn't take away the hangover. It, like, makes me feel more hungover. And, like, nauseous, so...
You're a better woman than I.
No, it's not that I'm a better woman. It's just my body doesn't work that way. It would be easier if it did, because then I wouldn't feel hungover that day.
My body is trained. It's a well-oiled machine. It's like we can very easily handle, my body and I. Like,
you guys have talked about this before.
3 drink minimum. It's fine. That's why I love a comedy show. Like, a comedy show is, like, the best thing in the world. We got a 2 drink minimum. We got jokes. We got laughter. Like,
I love a good comedy show too.
I feel like, so I'm not sure though. Like, is comedy underrated, or, like, am I just, like, not, like, knowing enough people that go, or not seeing enough? Because, like, lately I went to 2 shows. Well, I went to 1 show pretty recently. And actually, I went for 2 shows. So I went one during my birthday. I went to a comedy show in a vintage store. I mean...
That's very New York.
Yeah. Oh, actually, and then I met up with you.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, like, I was like, this is like my dream. Like, vintage and jokes and laughing and drinks.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I've gone to like a few comedy shows that I've just like walked by and I was like, a comedy show's happening.
But I noticed it's harder to do that lately. Like, you need the tickets.
Yeah, I guess this was pre-COVID.
Unless it's like one of those like very random ones. But like, if you want to show like that you know the people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know any of the people, but.
So like we went to Bill Burr a couple of months ago. And I mean, obviously we needed tickets for that. Like that was a big one. But like there's one across the street from me. Oh. And I haven't gone. Oh. We should go.
We should go, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it's good.
I like comedy too because like I don't really like to watch the news too much, especially nowadays. It's sort of terrifying. So I feel like going to a comedy show is like a good way to catch up on like all the events that are happening in the world and like in a lighter,
like from someone's fun perspective,
funnier way.
Yeah,
like not like to like you're laughing and having fun. You're not going home and like drinking because you're terrified.
Because I mean, there's been so many times where like I don't read the news, but I'll browse headlines and like I'll read certain articles. But I definitely notice like after I'm done browsing, like I'm in like a shitty mood.
Yeah, that's why a comedy show is great because it's like basically it gives you the headlines.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to give you the news, it gives you the headlines.
Yeah. It gives you like the theme of what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been into it lately. I mean, I know we're talking about alcohol. I know we're ladies of leisure, so that like that's a main thing of what we leisurely do. But
yeah, we hang out and we drink leisurely.
There's not enough things to do in the city that don't involve drinking. Like if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like number one, when I was dating, I tried or was going to date. I was like guys who don't drink.
Yeah.
What do they do? And so like,
what do they do?
I don't know because every time I gave it a try and I was like so excited because I was like, you don't drink, so you must know some secret that I don't know. Like, what do you do that I don't do? Because like when I socialize, I mostly drink.
Yeah, same.
And like nowadays, it's like anything that you do other than not drinking, they've incorporated in drinking. Like you bowl, you drink.
Yeah.
You're gonna paint, now it's paint and sip.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna do pottery, now it's pottery and sip it.
You go to the driving range, there's a bar right there.
Yeah, like even like you're gonna eat ice cream, it's like spiked ice cream. Like, I like literally went to this one thing like right before COVID. It was the strangest thing ever. It was like downstairs from a bar and it was like taught you how to do tattoos.
Oh, really?
It was like tattoos and sip.
Like you tattoo yourself?
Why would you ever need to know how to do a tattoo and drink alcohol at the same time?
If you want to give yourself a terrible tattoo.
Yeah, I don't even know why it was like teaching us to tattoo, but it gave us like pumpkins and we like tattooed the pumpkins.
Okay, so you weren't actually tattooing yourself. It was...
No. These weren't real tattoos.
Yeah, oh, interesting.
It was a very strange...
I know, I'm trying to think of... I mean, I guess like museums, but then like museums also have like
now
happy
even
hours.
Museums and drink.
Yeah.
Like, so basically I'm like, what do we do now that doesn't involve drinking? So I gave these guys like, you know, I always think to myself, oh, it's going to be so awkward. Like, A, like I drink, so will they be offended by me? I don't know. And then
Were
B...
they?
We never got that far.
Yeah.
But B, then I always thought like, oh God, if I ever brought them home to my family, like they'd be like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But
they would just sit there.
But the crazy thing is, so it's like
also they can't cheers you ever.
Never. Oh,
never.
Yeah.
Can't cheers you.
But then also, so I would be like excited to like meet these guys and go on dates with them, being like, what do you got? What are you gonna bring to the table? And then they'd be like, what do you want to do?
No.
I'm like, my God, what do I want to do? I want to
drink.
down some beers.
Yeah.
But like, not while you sit there and watch me. Like, that's awkward.
Yeah. You got eyes on you, just like judging
There's
you.
There's something like that like takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're going to have another one, Cady? A second one?
But it's just like also like not fun.
No, it's not fun drinking by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, not when someone's watching you drink by yourself.
That's kind of like, let's go to dinner, but like I don't eat. So it's just you eating, and it's like you're watching the other person.
We have those too. I mean,
Guys?
not guys. No, God. Oh my God. I've never met a guy like that, but I have girlfriends
That will just sit there and not eat.
Yeah,
that's weird.
One of my good friends and we particularly had one friend who didn't eat, and so we would always, it was 3 of us that were friends, we would plan to either meet up ahead and we'd eat, or we would afterwards go to a real dinner.
Yeah.
Because she's very skinny, did not eat.
Yeah.
And like we figured it out because we'd go to dinner, and then like one time we were on the phone after, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I just ordered a pizza." And she was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to say this, but like after we like go out to eat with X, I always eat after." And she was like, "My God, me too." And so we're like, "Oh gosh, well, great.
Yeah.
Like we could go out to dinner next time together."
Yeah. So then what would you guys do? You go to like a museum or something? Like
No, we would go out to dinner, but like she'd order like 12 oysters for 3 of us, and that was like, all right, really finished up here.
Oh, and that's just her dinner?
Yeah, like we'd order something stupid, like a thing of oysters and like fries, and like that would be done. Or like, it just was never enough. Like it'd be like 2 sushi rolls for like 3 people. Like it always felt like the appetizer, not the full.
I can eat like 3 sushi rolls on my own, so like that would drive me crazy.
Yeah. So instead, because we'd be like kind of hangry after, so instead we were like, there's an easy solve, just go to round 2.
Exactly. I mean, that's the only way that you can do it. Like you go to appetizers with your friend, and then you go to the real dinner.
Yeah, she actually didn't drink, so
she didn't drink.
Yeah, didn't drink, didn't eat.
So you never cheers her.
Yeah, but she's
never shared a meal.
She's very pretty, so you can't have it. You can't have it all.
Yeah,
so, like.
Well, good for her. Her skin probably is very hydrated from not drinking.
She had beautiful skin. Yeah. So does drinking dry out your skin? No.
Well, you get dehydrated, so that does dry out your skin. Like, the next morning when like your skin looks just like dehydrated and like not plump, and like you can see like lines.
I try not to look in the mirror too much when I'm in that state.
Yeah, and the morning after when you're drinking, it's like...
So I do remember when I was younger, like people were always like, "Oh, be careful how much you drink, like you're going to gain weight." But I do remember I'd always wake up after drinking and be like, I feel great. I feel pretty skinny.
Yeah.
Because you're dehydrated.
Because you're yes.
I'm like, they say it's going to catch up. I don't know. I feel my skinniest now.
I mean, I definitely feel it catching up, and like I hate it so much because I'm like, I still want to be able to drink like I'm 23.
Yeah,
because in my head that's how I feel.
We are 23.
Yeah. we've aged backwards very quickly.
But you know what though, I feel like things don't change that much as you get older. Maybe that's just in my head.
Well, I mean, that's amazing if they don't change for you.
I don't know.
For me, my hangovers have definitely changed.
I think maybe I'm just like talking about like life. Like, like I have like a range of friends. Like I'm 40, and I feel like I have friends who are in their 20s. Like,
yeah.
And then all the way, like, I mean, my parents are my friends, and
I like to hang out with my parents. Yeah, I mean, I
was gonna say my parents are 70, but I don't think they're definitely not. They'll kill me if they hear me say that.
No, and they probably don't feel 70. They probably feel like 30 or 40.
I don't know about that, but that's
actually
that's very kind of you. But
when I think of my parents, and they'll be like, "Oh, this hurts and that hurts," so I feel like they're starting to feel that
it's approaching.
Yeah,
but like I think it's funny because it's like things that you experience in your 20s, you think when you get older, like it's gonna stop or it's gonna like be better. But like, I mean, I guess in my mind, I'm thinking about dating.
What do you think about dating? Okay, one more. Okay, we can get into that topic. But I just want to say, like, I have a friend that's in her 50s right now, like early 50s. And she's like, my body changed so much from when I was like 40 to 50. And she's like, I have to like eat differently. I have to exercise differently because like she just like can't like keep her body the way she did. And And she's like, you'll probably notice when you get to that age. And I was like, oh, man.
Are people saying this to scare you, though? Like, no, I just have to say, because...
She was just being honest with, like, what's going on with her. She's like, it's just gotten so much harder.
I remember when, like, I got in my 20s, people were like, oh, you're in your 20s. It's going to be, like, the best years of your life. It's going to be amazing. I mean...
In some ways,
it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh... I guess people didn't say it so much in their 20s, but then they would say, like, I remember turning 30 and they're like, oh, wait till you turn 30. You can't eat everything. Your body's going to change.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like I never really had a great body, so it just like always stayed like kind of the same.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
mine stayed pretty much the same, but.
I like to keep my body in like perfect mediocre shape at all times. So I can never like be too far over or under.
I feel like the best shape that I've been in my life has been like in my mid-30s. Like not college, because I definitely had like the freshman 15, and then like I feel like in my 20s, like just like the partying, like I never felt like toned. Maybe it's just like I wasn't working out either.
Yeah.
But I feel like my mid-30s, I like.
But like I remember like 30s that there was the warning, like things are gonna change, and then it was like 40s. It was like people were like, wait till you turn 40. You're gonna wake up the next day and all of a sudden you can't see anymore. Do you know how many people told me that?
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're like, your sight just is gone. You turn 40, it's done.
Yeah. No. I felt exactly the same after I turned 40.
Felt a little depressed.
I mean, I felt glad I'm alive and I made it to 40 because like not a lot of people make it to 40. So that's kind of how I try and look at it. No, I'm serious. Like you're lucky to like make it to 40, make it to 50, like make it to 80. A lot of people don't make it.
I don't know if I want to make it too far past 80.
I want to make it to 150. No, I'm kidding. Only if I'm like
you're
healthy
gonna have to
and look
find
like
a new host. I won't be here at 150. I'm sure of that. I mean, this body can take a lot. I don't think it's going to take 150 years.
All right, fine. I'll cut you off.
I'll
cut you off at 80.
I'll retire.
Yes, you can retire at 80, and then I'll find like a vibrant 60-year-old.
I was going to say, oh my God, are you going to train me in for like a younger model?
Yeah, like a 60-year-old. That's what I'm training you in for.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have interesting things to talk about.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I think, like, the older you get, like, just, like, the more stories you have.
Oh.
Like, the more things.
Yeah.
The more craziness.
Yeah, because, and also it's, like, you get more perspective. Like, I mean, this is, like, not groundbreaking, but, like, I would love to be able to go back and be 25, but, like, knowing what I know now. Like, not go back and just do my, be 25 all over again.
You might mess it up. Like, it might be worse. Because
I will give it a try.
No, here's the thing, though, that I want to say. Because when I was younger, I was less worried about things.
Same.
Because I just didn't know any better.
Yeah, and you don't care.
So if you knew everything you knew, you'd be a really, like, obnoxious, uptight 25-year-old.
That could be true.
You know, like...
That could be true, yeah.
Just think about it. I'd be, like, out there partying, doing my thing, wild, crazy, and you'd be like...
I'm gonna be Cady, like, Cady, I'm staying in.
That guy's not going to work out. Don't waste your time with him. And I'd be like, what do you mean?
I'd be like, I know, Cady, I'm from the future.
You'd be like, don't hang out with the bartenders from across the street. Yeah. Like, one glass does not equal one drink if they keep repouring drinks into that glass. These are things we learned.
These are things we learned, yeah. But it still counted as one glass.
Yeah.
One glass, many pours.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't know, because I feel like the older I get, the more I know, and then the more nervous I am. And now I know the outcome of that, so I'm like more worried.
I think it's also like we start to feel our mortality a little more. At least I do.
I don't...
Like I'm starting to feel it a little bit more.
No, we're not gonna die.
I'm not that we're gonna die, but I don't know. I'm just starting to feel it where it's like I feel like I'm more cautious about certain things. Where like before I wouldn't be. I feel like in my head sometimes I'll see like, you know, bad outcomes. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that. Like, you know, I don't even know what it is, but like I'll get these flashes that just kind of like stick with me.
Well, I think it's hard too. Like social media, podcasts, all these things. It's like you're exposed to so much now.
Yeah.
That like you can't help but compare. I mean, I know for myself, like 40 years old, like I was 40 and single for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't help it. I just thought to myself, like, oh my God, like I'm such a loser. I'm 40, I'm single, never married, almost engaged twice, engaged once.
Yeah.
No kids.
Yeah, like you get in your head, and
like,
you're right, it's the comparison thing. Like,
I'm like, wow, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
And it's like you like forget about all the great things you did, and like, like, all right, well, everyone else was making babies, I was making a career.
Yeah, and also it's definitely like, I think that also goes along with like, we're told like this is where you should be at 40.
Yeah, and like,
so, like
what's
if you're
normal?
Not there, then something is wrong. But I think like, I mean, obviously like our generation has definitely started redefining that.
Yeah,
and, like, I just saw
I think I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Oh, wait, okay, let's see. So I saw a couple of headlines about like millennials not dressing like their middle age and continuing to dress like the way they want, and it's like part of it is because like we're looking better, but part of it is because like nobody wants to dress frumpy just because you're like turning like 40.
Yeah, like at what age do we cut our hair?
I'm not cutting my hair. I think about that too. I'm like, I am not cutting my hair.
Why did all like our grandmas cut their hair? Because they're just sick of it and tired, and they're like, who cares at this point?
Maybe they're like, oh, I have to be like a respectable lady now that like, you know, I'm a mother or whatever, I'm over a certain age.
I worry I don't have enough hair or a lot of hair. By
I
then,
know, like I'm not cutting my hair ever.
Yeah, but you have great hair. I wouldn't cut my hair either.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like people can be like, oh, your hair's too long for your age. I remember also one time, and this is probably like even before I like turned 30, a friend of mine was like, when are you going to take your belly button out? And I was like, excuse me? Like, why would I take it out? As long as like my stomach is on the flatter side, like I'm not taking it out. like I have to take it out because I'm a certain age. Like what?
Yeah.
I was like, girl, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
I was kind of worried about her and like how she would turn out. Like, I don't know if she's like super boring now. Like short hair, you know, cardigans.
I thought for a second, I thought you might be talking about your belly button. Like, I was worried about how she'd be. Like, would
my
she
belly
stay?
button's No, I'm worried about my friend because if you're telling me I need to take this out because I'm turning a certain age, I'm like, no, when my stomach is not as flat as I want it to be, maybe then I'll take it out. But also, maybe not.
I wonder, are people still getting like crazy piercings?
I don't know. I mean, I have two friends that want to get their nipples pierced.
Oh, God, I can't even imagine how painful that would be.
I heard it's very painful.
I mean, I can't even imagine.
It's supposed to be, and like, you can't do like the like little gun thing. Like, they have to go in with a needle. At least, like, I remember I went with somebody and like, that's how they did it. And I could hear her like being like, ow, 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 ow.
I mean, when you get your ears pierced, that takes like, it took like a solid year.
Yeah.
For it to like feel
fully heal.
Normal. So like, I can't even imagine having like.
So I heard from another person who had their nipples pierced that like, they never, at least this was her experience, and that's why she took them out. It's like they never fully like healed.
I can't imagine that they would. Like I can't even it sounds painful. You know what I think is very strange? A lot of models have their nipples pierced.
I was just thinking about Rihanna. She's not a model, but like she's had her nipples pierced.
Working in fashion, like I've seen so many models with their nipples pierced.
Yeah.
It's also sometimes an issue too because you see it in the
shows.
Clothing.
Yeah.
Like in the clothes. Like that's been like a call out that I've gotten from people like the model's nipples are showing. I'm like, who cares?
I know, who cares? Like she can still wear the clothes. It doesn't really matter.
Depends on like the brand though. Sometimes like they're for it, sometimes they're not.
Yeah. But also it's like you need time to like out of your career to heal because like I don't know, wouldn't that hurt if you like go back in like 3 months later and like you're putting on clothes constantly?
I don't know. I've never had my nipples pierced.
Yeah, same here.
But I made a rookie choice of I I'm like, oh no, I didn't. I made a good decision of I got one ear I got the two when I was younger, but then I got these two older. I really couldn't sleep on that ear. Like for a while, it hurt.
So when I got my second hole, and this was like 3 years ago when I got my second hole, 4 years ago, it hurt. I would say for the first maybe like 4 months. Like obviously the first 2-3 months, I had to make like a little hole in my pillow, and like I would put my ear there, or I would have to like sleep like this, which I hate because I'm like a side sleeper.
Yeah.
But I think like after like 4 months, they both got better, and like my third hole too.
I don't know why I'm like a little like I get weirded out by my piercings. Like I guess I had gotten these when I was so young that then when I got these, it like scared me. Yeah. Also maybe like you're more sensitive now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. At one point, I had like gotten like a little scab behind this one. Yeah. And so I felt my earring getting like tighter. And I was like, what is that? Oh, really? But like I didn't want to like touch it, or like when I first got this one done, I didn't want to touch or anything. Like, don't mess with it. Yeah. And like they tell you like clean it with the alcohol swabs like every day. So I did that like religiously. Yeah. And then one day I was like, what's that? Yeah. It was like a scab. And that's because it was healing? Or I guess so. An infection. Yeah, and I made my boyfriend of the time like pull it off. I mean, that's what boyfriends are for. I was like so freaked out by it. That's what it's for. Also, like it's when it's up here, like for you, I feel like it's harder to see. Like, right, I couldn't see it. I was like, do something about that. Yeah, like figure it out. Help me. Oh gosh. I had a few friends that like got their tongues pierced. Like, what happens around college? Yeah, how does that like? Well, one of them passed out. Like I was with her. We were like on vacation. We were like in San Diego. She's like, I'm gonna get my tongue pierced. So she did, and then like she comes out of the room and she's like sitting, and then all of a sudden she like tumbles off the couch, and we're all like, oh my god. And then we wake her up and she's like, what happened? And we're like, you passed out. Oh. She's like, and I was so shocked that she wanted to get it because like usually she's afraid of needles. And I was like, damn girl, you're gonna get your tongue pierced? Like how does that ever heal? Like, I mean, again, it takes time, but like once you take it out, like that hole closes up super quick. So like she took it out and it was like closed in like, I don't 24 hours. Yeah, like something like that. Like you're never supposed to take it out. Oh, interesting. Because it closes up. I don't know how she did that either. I have no idea how that would feel. I feel like that seems like a good way for weight loss. Like that would like deter me from eating. Yeah, at least the first couple of months. You're just like doing shakes. Remember Slim Shake? Was it Slim Fast? Slim Fast. Slim Shake. It's like chocolate milk. Yeah, that was such a bizarre weight loss. Like, drink this chocolate milk and you will get skinny. Yeah. But you can only drink this chocolate milk 3 times a day. Yeah. I mean, if you eat or do anything consistently, like if you're just eating, I don't know, like chicken 3 times a day. Imagine we came up, like we could like come up with a new leisure like diet, and it's like 3 alcoholic beverages. Yeah, like 3 pints of beer a day. Yeah, and that's also we gotta add some nutrition. You put protein powder in your beer. I mean, you would be surprised how long you could go on just alcohol. I mean, I've had bad breakups where like that was my meal. Like the calories will keep you going. The calories will. And if you're not super skinny like me, there's enough meat to there's enough to burn off for a while. I think we should do to make it more palatable and not seem like you're just fucking drinking all day to get skinny. We'll add like a protein shake in the morning, maybe like a green shake, and then like a beer for dinner. So it's like you get your nutrients. So you're going to have a powder shake in the morning and a beer in the evening? That's it? No, well, I'm thinking like you would do like, you know, a shake where you put like, let's say like a banana, like all kinds of stuff. If you're sticking to the Slim Fast regimen though, it's like 3 cans a day. That's it. But wasn't that like, but didn't that have like a bunch of calories? Like wasn't that like protein? Like what was that? Three cans, that's it. Like, and they were very big. Like the mini cans. They were kind of like what you would get like
wine in a can.
Yeah. My sister did it for a minute, and I remember I was just like, what are these? And like, I wasn't on it, but I would just drink them because they tasted good.
I think I like had my mom buy them, and like I'm like, oh, it just tastes like chocolate milk.
Yeah, I'm like, this is delicious.
I'm gonna have this with dinner.
It's nutritious too. This is not what we intended.
Yeah. The thing is like I've tried diets in the past, and like I can't do them. Like there's something in me that's just like, as soon as I tell myself I'm gonna like diet, there's a part of me that fully rebels, and I will open up a bag of chips and just like stuff it down my face.
Yeah, I have no willpower.
It's willpower, but I think it's, for me, it's something where it's like the fact that I'm trying to like control myself in some way.
Yeah.
There's like another part of me that completely rebels, and like I can't stick to a diet. But when I tell myself I can eat whatever I want, whenever, then I'm like, oh, I don't really want to. Like, I eat healthier. I don't really, like, crave anything.
For me, the best diet is a breakup. That's my favorite diet.
Wait, so then what happens when you're happy?
Let me tell you, 7 pounds later.
Well, that's it. 7 pounds that's minimal.
Yeah.
That's minimal.
That's the worst, though, part of the breakup diet is that, like, you're so depressed and sad, you don't have time to enjoy how skinny you are. And then by the time you get happy again, the diet's over, you're eating, you're drinking, everything's back, and you're just back to normal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never got to enjoy that time I was skinny.
I know. The breakup diet is a double-edged sword. Because you're right, you're skinny, but you're not happy. My
last breakup, I was very, very let down. I did lose weight, and no one told me. This might be a part of getting older. No one told me that I looked skinny or I got skinnier, but people had other things to say, like, oh, God, you look tired. You look sick. You're not well, clearly.